Praise the Lord. My name is Diana and I live in Pune, India. Today I want to share something the Lord has placed in my heart. It is something that I have not shared online before. Have you ever felt stricken by grief, anxiety, and fear? I have. In 2018, a male student started stalking me in the university. Let's call him Jay. I was a research student in the University in North Carolina, USA in 2018, and I used to love to go to hiking and rock climbing trips. And in one of the trips, I met Jay. He was a student there doing rock climbing and hiking. And due to our mutual love in rock climbing and hiking, we became friends. We chatted about getting coffee, but it never happened. Even though we didn't get coffee, we met each other occasionally through our rock climbing and hiking trips. In 2018, I sensed that a group of people were stalking me wherever I go. Things at my apartment were being gone through. Somebody was going through them. And I started sensing changes in my friends, in my lab mates, in my roommates, and in strangers as well. And I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to go about doing anything about it. I didn't know how to cancel this. So I started sending text messages to Jay. And whenever I sent a text message to Jay, there were changes. There were sudden changes in the way that people stalked me. So I thought that this was the guy who was stalking me. So I continued sending him text messages. And I went to the authorities regarding this. I went to complain. But I did not have any evidence that somebody was stalking me. So nobody believed my words. I was filled with grief. I was filled with fear and anxiety. But I continued to go to research in my lab. And I continued with my work. And I isolated myself. And eventually Jay went to university against me, saying that I was stalking him through text messages and emails. And I tried to gather evidence through my friends who were involved in stalking me, but I was not successful. So eventually university decided to suspend me because I did not have any evidence, but he had the evidence. He had the text messages and emails that I had sent him. So university decided to suspend me. So I lost my research opportunity in the US and I had to come back to India. In 2019, I moved to Canada with my husband and I thought of having a new life there. I thought that I would leave behind the stalking and Jay, everything behind, and I would start everything afresh. But my hopes shattered, all my hopes and dreams shattered, because when I went to Quebec City, Canada, I realized that I was being stalked there also. I was not a new face there. People knew me. I knew that, and it totally shattered me, and I was stricken with grief again. In 2020, I left everything and came back to India. You may feel that this is the end. When you go through situations like this, you may feel that you have failed to prove yourself, you have failed, and this is the end. But this was not the end. I was successful in securing jobs in India. I work with research institutions, I work with startups, I work with corporates. I was able to get good job and I got a lot of new friends as well. This is similar to the cross, what Jesus experienced. When you look at the cross, you feel that that's a failure. You feel that that's the end. Jesus is dying on the cross. How can that be a success? But honestly speaking, that's a success, because when Jesus died on the cross, he was dying for you. And he rose again after 3 days. That was his death was not the end. He rose again after 3 days and he became the resurrected Lord. So I want to encourage you today, if you're going through something, that is not the end. You may feel that you have failed. You may feel that this is the end. And you may feel that there is no way out of this. But there is a way out of it. And that's not the end. You give yourself to God. Through this process, you refine yourself. I have been refined myself. I have gone through a transformation through this process. So you allow God to refine you, allow God to purify you, and God will see you through, and God will make something beautiful out of everything that you have been through. This is what I wanted to share. I hope it encourages you. God bless you. Take care. Shalom.